Welcome to Pat's Papers. I'm Pat Kiernan. We go through news headlines from across the country to show you what's in the newspapers. Here's our top story today. Big story in the LA Times and really around the country this morning is the news that the Dodgers will be without their most talented and popular player, Manny Ramirez, after he failed a drug test. The team's first move after the 50-game suspension was to revamp its marketing. No more Manny Wood seats, no more dreadlock wigs, no more Ramirez t-shirts. The story's on the front page of the New York Times as well. The headline there, one of baseball's biggest stars is now its latest drug culprit. Are Americans stocking up on bullets? The Detroit News says ammunition for handguns is often selling out on the day it arrives, perhaps due to worsening economic times, fear of crime, or concern that the Democrats will tighten gun control. No surprise that the big story on the front page of the Wall Street Journal is the bank stress tests. The detailed results are out now. They are very clearly presented in a graphic on the front page of the Journal. The Fed says it can foresee $599 billion in bank losses if the economy were to get worse. To deal with that, 10 banks will have to raise a total of $75 billion in capital to back up any possible losses. And the Journal's lead editorial says the TARP bailout program is now kind of like Hotel Geithner. The suggestion here is that you can check in, but it's a lot harder to check out. Amazon's Kindle is poised to redefine the publishing industry, but there is one problem, says the New York Times. The electronic reader is not adept at pronouncing the name of Barack Obama. The Las Vegas Sun reports that the plug's been pulled on the highly contested Yucca nuclear waste repository. It's located about 90 miles west of Vegas. After a battle that has been waged for years, the president's budget dismissed the project in just a few paragraphs. Octomom Nadia Suleiman is having an operation for uterine fibroids. As the New York Daily News headline says, that operation on the mother of 14 will effectively shut down the baby factory. Director Steven Soderbergh is shooting an entire movie with non-actors. That story is written up in the Wall Street Journal this morning. Although one performer does have 150 movies to her credit, she's the porn star he hired for the lead role. The Simpsons are going postal. That in the News Journal this morning. The popular cartoon characters were immortalized yesterday with the special release of 5 hand-stamped cancellation postmarks featuring Homer, Bart, and the whole gang. It was done at a Delaware post office. And Star Trek mania has reached fever pitch. Chicago Tribune writer Christopher Borelli says he was never interested in the science fiction classic until he realized that the show was not so much different from what he encounters in his daily routine. So he's got a quiz to determine which name refers to a character from Star Trek. Thanks for joining us today for Pat's Papers. I'm Pat Kiernan. You can go to our website, patspapers.com, where you will find links to reach the individual newspapers to read the full text of any story we featured here today.